Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the place where you get your daily dose of inspiration for entrepreneurship. And today we have with us Shailesh Dhuri, who is the founder of Decimal Point Analytics, which is a technology focused research and analytics firm. Hi, Shailesh. Welcome to ELI.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be part of this discussion.
Shailesh, I would request you to introduce yourself to our audience and tell us a bit about Decimal Point Analytics.
Yeah. So my name is Shailesh Dhuri. I am co-founder and CEO of Decimal Point Analytics. So Decimal Point Analytics is a tech-forward data analytics and research firm. We are serving mostly community in the finance domain, plus some in the consumers domain. And we have customers across the globe.
Mhm.
From US to Africa.
Okay.
And we are about 800 odd strong company. And interestingly, now we are in 21st year of operation, about to enter 22nd year of operation. So
Wow.
it is a long and arduous journey of entrepreneurship for us, and an exhilarating journey as well. And the reason we have been successful is that uh, two reasons. So one is our customers are very satisfied with the way we solve their problems. And two, we have a set of very loyal and talented employees and team who delivers exceptional results for our customers.
Got it. If you want to talk about the products and services that you offer, can you tell us what is the range of solutions that we are offering right now?
Yes. As we have matured over number of years, uh, we have got now a wide variety of products. Some of them are very exciting, some of them are mundane and doing it for a long time. So when we started the firm, we used to do equity research, credit research, macroeconomic research. And that was the only bread and butter for our company. And it now is maybe 10 to 15% of our revenue. While the growth has come over last decade or half from data analytics. So in data analytics, we ensure that data governance is managed. So everybody talks about AI,
Mm-hmm.
but AI requires data which is clean, consistent, cross-referenced, and timely.
Right.
And that is where we come in. And we use various technologies to ensure that our customers are able to produce and consume data uh,
Mm-hmm.
in, in a manner that they are confident of the outcomes that they are going to get uh, from the way they are consuming the data. They can use the data for building machine learning models that we are building for them, or they can do traditional statistical analysis, or they can do even traditional BI tools to draw conclusions from the data. So
Got
that is the wide variety of services that we have.
it.
And these services are supported by a very talented team. Some of the people are with us now for 15 years or more, and they have in-depth experience of what the customer experiences.
Mm-hmm.
The younger team is from, let's say, the IITs and IIMs of the world, who bring the raw brain power to create unique solutions for our customers.
Got it. Uh, can you tell us a little bit about the delivery model? Have we kind of built a platform that does the job for the clients, or we focus more on the services that we offer? Uh, or is there a product that client directly uses to get their job done?
So I would say all three, and the composition is changing. So a few years ago, it was only services model. Now we have products like what IntelliPipe that deliver that consumers can directly consume
Mhm.
for the data integration requirement. Then there are certain platforms where we have AI tools available that can be consumed by a enterprise customer for the data analytics need.
Mhm.
And the services model continues to thrive. So
Yeah.
all three are there, but services still dominate the entire delivery.
Got it. And you say we cater to multiple markets starting from US to Africa. Can you tell us what is the biggest market for us, uh, and what kind of
So,
companies or industries we go after?
so the biggest market is North America, and there the biggest type of customers for us are mostly asset managers, alternative asset managers. That is the hedge funds, the PE funds, the VC funds.
Mhm,
Data analytics for them is the biggest for us. After Africa comes the Middle East and Africa market, and
mhm.
after that comes the Indian market for us.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so
Uh,
in Africa, Middle East, we have apart from the finance domain, we have consumer domain also. So fast food, logistics.
got it. Got it. So, Shailesh, I would like to go back to 2002, 2005. I think these are the years when you started your entrepreneurship. Take us through the initial days, like what was your in your mind when you started? Did you have corporate exposure when you started? And what was the premise of getting into entrepreneurship? I think most of the entrepreneurs need a trigger point, which motivates them to try something on their own. So tell us, how did you get into this path of entrepreneurship?
Yes. So before starting this company, I had a corporate exposure for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a fund manager I was managing treasury for foreign banks, India operations before I started this. So very good exposure at the top end of finance in India I had. Uh, and the reason I did not continue the path of in the let us say fund management or treasury management was that I felt that uh, I as a human being can develop more and contribute more to society
Mm-hmm.
by being entrepreneur.
Okay.
And my entrepreneur's journey started in, let's say, March of 2003. But the idea came in when internet came into India in 1998 or
Mm-hmm.
97, I think.
Okay.
So on the first day the internet came, we took the connection in our office.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that there is something called internet, before that I had not seen internet, and their information is available,
Mm-hmm.
then my mind raced that then data analytics and research can be performed from any part of the world and serviced anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that thought was there from, let's say, 1998. However, the actual plunge took 5 years because that time Indian ecosystem was not developed
Mm-hmm.
to fund startups. So you have to have your own funding. And being from lower middle family, I had my education loan, my sister's education loan. I had to staying in a rented flat before. So
Mm-hmm.
first I took care of the family financial obligations, had little bit of savings,
Mm-hmm.
and then jumped into entrepreneurship journey. And but the thought never went away that if I need to develop as a human being, not as an executive, but as a
Mm-hmm.
human being, I need to be entrepreneur because then I can contribute to society more. I can give back to society more. But that required taking risks, and taking risk meant
That's true.
having certain buffers sometime.
Yeah.
So
And
now the things are different. Now capital is available, but that time it was not.
that's true. You started with credit analytics, you said. So that was something
Yeah.
you already knew at your role as fund manager. So you started doing the same thing that you did at your job, and you started offering that
Yes.
service to more companies.
Yes. Yes. So equity and credit analysis is something that I was comfortable with, and that is what we started. Even risk management advisory, I was comfortable with that. That is what we started.
Hmm.
And again, customers, my focus was very clear that I want to be a globally competitive company. So my focus was getting customers from the most advanced countries. So the first few customers were from UK, then from US, and so I used to sell them via emails, and then get so the salesperson, the delivery person, it was all in one for first few years, and
Okay.
then uh, got co-founders into the company who
Mm-hmm.
took the company to next level. The support from family also is very important to manage the ups and downs.
Mm. So first, for the first 2 years, you ran the show all on your own, like a freelancer. You mean
First
to say?
15 months. The first 15 months, it was my own. Then I hired some people. Then co-founder came and joined.
Mm.
Then we hired some more people. Customers were happy, so we are getting customers. But we were not traveling, so the deals used to happen on emails.
Mm-hmm.
That time even it was very costly. Making calls were very costly.
Right.
So only on emails can conclude the deals. But
Yeah.
then slowly the volume picked up.
Mm-hmm. Tell more about it. Like, how did you, convert clients from US that to only through email without even talking to them? How did you demonstrate your services? How did you, sign the deals and commercials? I think that needs a more personal touch, especially when you talk about data, which is a sensitive stuff for enterprises, and they don't want to, share it with other companies later, let alone geographies altogether. So, tell us about that experience.
It was a journey. It was a journey. So first of all, we need to understand the pain points of the people, and different people have different pain points, different levels of budgets, and different levels of risk-taking abilities.
Mm,
So a smaller hedge fund who doesn't have too much budget would be willing to explore a smaller vendor first, then
mm,
a very large established player.
mhm,
So there is no point as a small boutique to go to a large established player and try to sell something to them on email. They would not buy it. But a
mm,
smaller hedge fund would buy it because
right,
they are also constrained by their own limitations. So understanding limitations, my limitations, understanding customers' limitation, and in my life, I always thought that limitation is opportunity, is not a
mm,
constraint.
right,
Limitation is opportunity to think and find a way forward where both the parties benefit.
mm,
So uh, it is interesting how one can do deals of certain size remotely, and then after certain size we need to go and
mhm,
in person as well.
right.
But it's possible. Everything is possible,
Mm,
and nothing is not possible.
okay.
I
Speaking
hope I
of
answered the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of going in person, uh, tell us about that experience. Like, how did you onboard or recruit people on site? How did you find them, and how it impacted your business?
Yeah. So it was again a learning experience. So hiring people in New York or London is a very costly affair for Indian companies of a small size. And the expectations, cultural management were different. I
Mm,
vividly remember somebody joining me in London,
mm.
and on the very first day, he gave the next 15 months holiday schedule.
Okay.
I was happy. But that is just normal practice in London. That one of
Mm,
the things that you do when you join is to say that these are my off days for next year or so.
mm,
So the boss is aware that you are not available on these days.
mhm,
But for me, it was a great shock that पहले दिन people are asking for छुट्टी,
mm,
that too for 1 year advance.
right.
ऐसे इंडियन में ऐसा होता नहीं है.
Mhm,
So just which we learned, we adjusted, and then we decided that maybe our size and scale does not suit everybody on site immediately. So We used to travel quite frequently, me and my co-founder, for getting customers.
Mm.
Then slowly again rebuild the team. So those are the things that we did.
Okay. Tell us a bit about your co-founder. What was the premise behind him joining you, Hans, and what expertise did he bring in, and which all departments did he handle after coming in?
Yes. So I have a few co-founders. So Gaurav Gupta is there in this company.
Mm-hmm.
Paresh is there.
Mm-hmm.
Narendra is there. So I knew all of them as work buddies from in the previous jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought in different skills, different advantages. So somebody would have advantage of, let's say, exposure to sales and marketing, which I didn't had.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody would bring in a deeper exposure to equity research, which I did not. And I had more on the fixed income side. This
Mm-hmm.
is how we brought in the talent pool. It is important that in your journey, you need to have people who you can gel with and also who can grow along with the company.
Right.
So it's possible potentially to have a company without co-founders, but
Mm.
with co-founders, it becomes easy.
Right.
So I'll give you example. The first year of operation,
Mm.
I got a serious illness and I was out of action for 2 months.
Okay.
Although we had employees,
Mm-hmm.
the servicing level to the employees fell down
Got it.
because there was no co-founder.
Mm-hmm.
If there were a founder, then that servicing level wouldn't have fallen down. So these
Mm.
human aspects also need to take care that you as a human being have limitations
Mm.
uh, in certain times, and then the co-founder becomes very useful in that situations.
Right. Uh, the other aspect I want to talk to you is about scale. So service companies usually they start with a smaller process, like you started as a sole team member of your company, and then eventually for different departments you probably hired few people. But when you scale to 800 people or 1,000 people, becomes a very different ball game altogether. How did you scale up your operation one, and what were the challenges that you faced while scaling up with multiple people handling multiple projects, and different skill sets, resources of different skill sets are contributing simultaneously. How does the cross functional things works and
It's interesting to see how organization evolves from a one person company to one location company of 50 people to multi-location company of nearly 1,000 people. The culture evolves, the tools that are deployed for enabling collaboration evolves.
Mhm.
So it is a job of the founder to think 1 year or 2 year ahead, saying that if this is my ambition to scale up the operation,
Mhm.
then how do I ensure that my team is having necessary tools, necessary training, and speak the same language
Mhm.
when the team is twice the current size or thrice the current size.
Mhm.
And some of these things take time to implement, especially the culture side takes time.
Mhm.
Tools require adoption and availability from the market as well at a right price point,
Mhm.
because enterprise tools cannot be deployed by a 50 people company, but the smaller version should be available for to deploy. And speaking, the most important thing is speak.
Mhm.
More you speak inside and outside the company, better it is for the organization to have growth.
Right.
So even now, I make sure that I try to speak to uh, 20 people in the company every week
Mhm.
in a room.
Okay.
Uh, so not as a town hall, but 20 to 1 interaction where each one gets time to speak. And it is not in town hall, the CEO is giving the lecture and then people asking question.
Mm.
In there, people are asking question and I'm answering. That is
Right.
and that creates that confidence in the people. And then town hall cannot be done with all thousand. This kind of format is not enabled for 1,000 people,
Hmm.
but everyone gets chance here. So the kind of innovations one need to do, which suits Indian culture, suits your own journey path, where you are growing, what you want to inculcate in the team. Sometimes you want to inculcate more innovation in the team. Sometimes you want to inculcate more discipline in the team.
Hmm.
Sometimes market conditions are such that the managers are finding difficult to retain talent.
Hmm.
Then you need to handhold them to help retaining the talent. Sometimes the managers find difficult to convince customers because customers are facing difficult situation. At
Hmm.
that time, you need to change your strategy as to what messaging you are giving to your senior people.
Hmm.
So, a high level of flexibility is required from the founder side for this purpose.
Got it. So, almost more than 2 decades of entrepreneurship, I'm sure you would have faced multiple hurdles and challenges along the way. You spoke about your illness, for example, and for 2 months your business was down. So, can you tell us similar examples or maybe even bigger challenges that you faced during your entrepreneurial journey, and what can we learn from it as entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so challenges can come from multiple sources. So from where a business can face challenge, the business can face challenge from macro situation,
Mm-hmm.
that markets are down, the economy is down, and nobody wants to talk new things or people want to cut the existing things. That's the
Mhm,
one type of challenge. Second type of challenge is that the messaging that you are giving to customers are not accepting, and that creates a challenge. The
mhm,
third type of challenge is created by political situations, so like the Ukraine situation and so on and so forth. So for each of them, being ready, thinking about what might pan out in next 6 months, next 9 months, from the global macro till to your particular team members,
mhm,
helps the manager, helps the actually helps the founder, and also having the mindset that my job is not to manage challenge, but my job is to build on this challenge. And if I'm facing a challenge, then most likely everyone is facing the same challenge,
right.
right? That means most likely most of my customers are facing the same challenge. So if I think and create some solution, then actually my business will go up.
Mm,
Mm. So, and we adopted this thing very clearly. So in 2008-9 crisis, although we suffered in the first 1 or 2 months,
mhm,
for 1 or 2 quarters, afterwards we grew rapidly. And afterwards also, whenever there is a crisis coming up global macro scale,
mhm,
because of this thinking, we are able to have anti-fragile kind of business that we are able to develop. That is a mindset that one needs to say that nobody chooses you to face a difficult situation.
mhm.
Difficult situations just happen and you happen just happen to be there.
Yeah,
So have a mindset that you can help others to get out of the situation, and you come out of the situation on your own.
yeah. My final question. Tell us, what is the meaning of entrepreneurship for you? How would you define the term entrepreneur?
So entrepreneurship is a journey. It's a journey of exhilaration, is a journey of self-discovery.
Mm,
In that journey, yes, some of the time you end up making money,
mhm.
but if you start a journey just for making money, you might find yourself miserable.
Yeah.
What happens is you become as a, a full rounded human being. So
Mm,
you are able to handle challenges in finance department, in HR department, in legal department, in marketing,
mm,
in sales, in operations, in technology. So you need to constantly read up, constantly stay abreast, in all these sites. And that gives a different kind of joy. And that every step that you take in that direction is a joyful moment.
Yeah.
And money comes as a outcome of that joy.
Mm.
So that is my interpretation of entrepreneurship, not definition of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, nicely interpreted. Thanks for joining us, Shailesh. It was a pleasure to have you on the platform and interact with you and get your learnings. It was a pleasure, and our best wishes for Decimal Point Analytics.
Thank you very much. Thank you.